Steve Roth, and we want to take a look at the interior of this porch ceiling and add some really great details. Faux makes a product. It's a faux beam. So as you look at those heavy timber structures going across with the iron bands on the end, that's all there for just decorations. But wow, what a treatment that adds on this project. Well, let's take a closer look at this faux beam that Faux makes. It comes all textured on the outside. They make a variety of different sizes. But look in the cavity of it. It's a U shape. So in here, we're going to be able to run blocking. And if we had any special raceways like electrical wires or anything like that, we could run that in that cavity as well. They're very lightweight. They also are very long. These things come like 19 feet long. So we've trimmed this to size for this application already. But you can get long runs and not have to worry about installing that with a heavy beam, actual wood beam. All right, let's take a closer look up top. What I've done is we've installed some Faux cedar panels, okay, and we've got a seam line here, and that's where the beam's actually going to be installed. Well, placement of this beam we want in alignment with our column wrap product. So I've chalked the line to give us that position, and then that's where we put the blocking about every 2 feet that'll go inside the cavity of that actual faux beam. Now, when we take our actual beam with the open cavity, it's very lightweight, so one person can do this very easily. We put it in position. It doesn't move left to right because it's secured in that blocking. And now I'm just going to take some screws and I'm going to go into that blocking from each side. Also, if you notice along this line, this remodel on this old ceiling wasn't perfectly flat. So what I could do is with that thinner wall of that faux beam, I could scribe that to the mold, to the porch ceiling very easy. It wasn't like I had to cut through a heavy timber and grind it down and all that. It was very easy just to cut that little lip of the faux beam and get it to sit up there very nicely. I'm going to add a few more screws at each blocking area. And that's how the beam actually will be sitting up into place. Now, another nice accessory with the faux beams are what they call iron straps. If you look at the detail of that, even the bolt threads and the nuts, if you look at the bolt heads, that all looks very original. But at a closer look, that's all molded in one piece. So it comes to you in a box ready to install, and it's going to match the variety of styles of beams out there. And it's also going to close up that gap that we had. We didn't have to have a perfect fit, where it was much easier to install this beam in place and then put that tightly up against that sidewall molding. I'm going to add some construction adhesive on the inside where it contacts the beam. Doesn't take much, just a little bit of a swiggle. There we go. Get it up in position. Make sure you're tied up against your molding trim. And then I'll use a couple of trim screws on the side. About one on each side will hold that nicely. Here on the back side as well. Now, finishing touches for the beam is to take and put some spackling in those nail heads, those screw heads, and then we'll come back later after that spackling dries and we'll actually put some latex paint on there to blend it all in. If you take a look, stand back, that looks like that beam's been there for over 150 years, so it looks very natural along with the iron accents